Want to go over that?
Yeah, each runner had to select one bingo that the other had to do. Top left, bottom right for JanusZeal to do, and JanusZeal picked the leftmost column for Stray to do. I had a feeling someone would pick that first column.
Yeah, that first column was pretty brutal. I'm
Wouldn't have been surprised if both of them did.
Yeah. The top left, bottom right doesn't really look super bad. Like, especially with Criteria Map Station and Wrecked Ship Map Station, it's usually pretty quick. But yeah, Stray will have
those beams, though.
Yeah, the beams, most of all, and the 8+ E-tanks as well. And what you already said, like, both runners need to finish in Spore Spawn's room, and these finish-in tiles may not look like a lot, but add a big amount of backtracking. So we'll see how the runners are going to round around that.
Yeah, and in addition to the forced bingo, they also have to make another bingo. One cannot conflict with anything that's in the first one.
Right.
So that means that finishing elevator is off the table.
Yeah, right. Unless they do some fancy glitches and warp an elevator into Spore Spawn's room, but I don't think that's allowed here. I'm not sure, do you see... I saw that chat mentioned that row 5 has pretty good synergy to column 1. That defeat Spore Spawn tile obviously works wonderful with finishing Spore Spawn's room. The 15 Brinstar super missiles are pretty quick to collect, but the beams are pretty far out of the way for column 1. Like, that would force a trip deep into Meridia, so I'm not sure if any one of the runners is actually going to take that row 5. We're gonna see. I really like that synergy with defeat Spore Spawn and finishing Spore Spawn's room, though.
Yeah, that is something. Sea tanks and 70 missiles at column 3, row 5.
Oh yeah,
is included in a forced goal of.
Yeah. There's a lot of collection going on this bingo card in general. Like, the last step we had, I think it was Sephi versus Armed Gunner, had like almost no collection and just a bunch of weird places to visit. This one is almost only collection, which makes the routing really intense. Like, those 40+ power bombs, there are only 50 in the game, so there are only 2 that can be skipped. Almost every area in the game will need to be visited for that.
Well, 40+ power bombs and forcing lots of goes well with the all beams one.
Right. I just realized the Janus in chat is not the same that it's racing right now. That was confusing me a little bit. That makes more sense now. So what do you think? Are both runners gonna pick up that Criteria map station right now? Even if they eventually do not go for it, you usually see people pick up that tile anyways, just because it's like so quickly doable and you can still like re-choose your row later anyways. I mean, obviously Janus will have to do it, but what about Stray?
It makes sense to get that. Especially
no, decides against it.
Since it's in the center, you have a lot of bingos you can make with it.
Very true.
Options.
I mean, row 3 is blocked for them anyways, but they still, Stray could still do column 3, or top left, bottom right as his chosen row. Well, Jen is also not... Oh, right, no, okay.
Was going for that Criteria map station. That room before it didn't have those blocks along the floor.
Yeah, that room is definitely one of the worst ones, with the Ryu and the blocks down there, really hard to navigate through. And kind of a downside of doing it early is that Janus right now doesn't have full energy, so he either farms or has to hope for good drops on the BT side. Oh, it looks like Stray is actually going to go for the map station now, but decided to do it after the BT fight to get better drops on the bomb to Rizzo in exchange for a little bit of backchecking has to do now.
Alright, there's that map station for Stray. Rizzo.
Got some good drops there. 5 missiles without full energy. You don't always see those drops being so generous. It looks like both runners are going to go to Brinstar early. We've seen in past DAP races that some runners prefer to do an early gauntlet trip just for the extra E-tank and cutting off a little bit of that missile collection early. But looks like both of them are not going to do that.
We see Stray getting those that are in the early supers room.
Yeah, the 75 plus missiles aren't specified from where they have to come from, so that's pretty neat to get out of the way. It looks like he is going to get the reserve tank, which was what I was wondering about. Might be looking at column 5 or row 1 here, in addition to his 4th row. Needs to get 2 reserve tanks for that. Oh yeah, so. Oh wait, yeah, because of the elevator, right?
Oh, it makes tanks would. Bottom left, top right's an interesting possibility.
Oh yeah, right. Would work out really well with Stray's column 1. With all the Brinstar missiles. Seems pretty good.
Stray getting. all that extra missile collection that's needed due to the forced first column.
The good thing is there's not really any backtracking involved in the Brinstar missiles. You can get pretty much everything right off the bat. The only thing that's kind of locked away is the crate missiles that needs an extra power bomb pack, but you can get that pretty quickly.
Always the possibility of going up Red Tower.
Right. I'd really see Stray doing this here. Looks like Janus is also doing a lot of the Brinstar location.
To get 8+ E-tanks, why not also get 7+ E-tanks and 70 missiles?
Alright. And that collect plasma beam and skip space jump tile, he needs to collect his plasma beam anyway, so that column 3 is looking really good for him. Yeah, Stray going up.
Hang up. Talking about getting that power bomb in order to get the crate missile, I completely forgot about the missile behind the power bomb.
Oh yeah, right. Jen is getting that.
Gotta get that power bomb when you're
right.
all missiles.
So Jen is also getting that energy recharge station. Might be opting to go for all 3 of them to get that tile.
There's Spazer for Janus. Another step toward that bottom right goal.
Stray not choosing to get his first energy recharge station, which he needs to visit. But I'm gonna do that later. And also getting Spazer. Thing is, Stray will need to double dip Brinstar anyways, because he needs speed to get the energy recharge station at the car. So we're gonna see how he's gonna route in that second Brinstar visit, or if he's gonna do that like maybe right at the end because he needs to finish in Spore Spawn's room. Interesting Norfair dip by Janus there.
Both of them headed towards Kraid now. Kraid will be able to get the missile along the way. See, let's head up to the refills.
All right, yeah. So it sure looks like he is gonna go for the 3 Brinstar energy recharge stations. Curious what he's gonna do with that. Stray now getting his first energy recharge station out of the way.
Ooh. Not quite getting the quick kill.
Let's see if Stray hits his chance. Having a little bit of trouble hitting the setup there. Yeah. Just takes the super and takes Kraid into the second phase while Janus just beats Kraid. Something you actually rarely ever see with such a top tier race, seeing both runners failing the Kraid quick kill. Just shows how tricky that can be, even for experienced runners.
Now both of them are making their way back, presumably to Norfair.
I wonder if Stray is going to make the move and do all of his Norfair stuff in one go. It's more than likely that he'll visit Lower Norfair just to get the 2 power bomb packs there, unless he decides to skip exactly those 2. We're going to see that. Might see some lava dice by Stray here.
Doing that is going to involve high jumpless lava dive. Given,
I mean, I'm sure if anyone is capable of doing that, yeah. So, Stray getting his missiles here, not being allowed to pick up that precious high jump boots. But we'll be forced to just leave with the treasure in the back.
Looks like Stray is getting Ice Beam. I wonder which way Janus is gonna go.
Janus will also have to get Ice Beam at some point, but I think he'll get Speed first. Gonna head to Bubble Mountain now. Just to save those 3 seconds later on. I'm gonna see what other stuff he's gonna be collecting though. Looking for the Cathedral missiles. And Stray with the Ice Escape.
Nice.
Stray forced to do a bomb jump there. Oh, actually excellent double bomb jump there. Really nice. It's harder than it looks to time. It actually skips the Cathedral missiles. Janus getting the Bubble Mountain missiles. Oh, and Stray going
to get a running start from inside the save room to deal with not having high jump.
Uses the waiver to get up. A nice that ice beam early, definitely paying off there. While Janus has absolutely no problem with his high jump boots to get up there. Both getting speed booster.
Both of them on the speed booster missile at the same time.
Right. Though they have completely different goals, they're still pretty much in sync, which is pretty cool. With a few slight differences in item sets. So I think Janus is just gonna go right to Wave Beam now. His second last, well, no, sorry, one of his next beams he needs to collect. Stray might opt to do so as well, and I think after that we're gonna see the Croc fight he needs to do.
Both of them headed towards Wave Beam. Oh,
Gonna get
Ice
in.
Beam or High Jump can be marked for Stray.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Didn't even catch that. Both getting another Norfair missile.
Simultaneous Wave Beams.
Yeah, I can't get that skip Wave Beam tile anymore, so row 3 and column 4 locked out for both of them. Janus obviously could never get that, but Stray might have opted for that. And I'm pretty confident we're going to see some Crocomire by Stray now. Not quite sure where Janus is going to go. Oh, Stray with that. Almost got that D-boost there off of the frozen waiver. But nice backup wall jump. It looks like Janus is also going to go for Crocomire.
Looks like perhaps Stray's plan is top row.
Yeah, sure, looks like it. It's gonna get a second reserve tank here in just a second. There we go.
And defeating Ridley is not hard to add to for column 1.
Yeah. As you said, he'll either have to do a lot of backtracking by getting gravity suit first, or he'll go for a high jump and Stala dive, which is really, really hard. But yeah, looks like he's going for it. I'm very, very impressed. Smart choice to go for that safety save before as well. Really can't blame him for that. Because that trick is very brutal. Like, even if you are really good at it, you're never at 100% consistency.
Oh. This is about to phase 2.
The infamous Crocomire phase 2. Alright, so Stray.
That lava dive.
Yeah, deactivating speed booster before, getting a very good bounce ball setup, unmorphing at the right time, might be a little bit early. Oh, gets the turnaround in time. Oh my god, this looks really good. And gets the first try!
Awesome.
Insane. That is insanely hard. Good job, Stray. That was really, really good. Always happy when I see that trick. That's just really, really good.
You're done. And to turn speed booster back on.
Yeah, still needs to survive lower Norfair with 3 tanks and only Varia, but I'm sure you can make it. Playing it really safe with that asset here, without high jump and no gravity suit. It can drain your health so quickly.
Stray headed up worst room in the game. Meanwhile, Janus has acquired grapple beam.
He has really good movement options right now with high jump speed and grapple beam. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, right. I totally forgot that Stray actually still needs to get up here. Looks like he's gonna freeze this space pirate here, wall jump off of it, and then get up there. And these space pirates have a horrible hitbox. They are way extending the actual sprite. It gets up pretty nicely. Yo. Playing it very nice and carefully here. Wonder if he's gonna go for 5 fleet E-tank now. Yes, he will. Really not a bad choice, getting that health refill. Since if we're right and he's gonna do row 1, Ridley is coming up for him with very little equipment. So what do you think where Janus is going next? Just to wreck ship, to get the map station and the suit that we will need for Meridia?
Sounds about right.
Oh right, yeah. And getting his ice beam. Playing it very safe with the ski gust there, not getting hit, very nice. But actually going for the Kago, just to save those few seconds.
That's a metal pirate shine sparking going on.
Oh, going for the shine spark through this room, saving him a lot of trouble with the several damage sources in that room.
Oh yes.
And he's only at 5 supers right now. I mean, he has full beams, so that's something, but has definitely not the easiest fight for him. No high jump, no gravity suit, only 5 supers, and 6 tanks. And not even filling them up. He apparently doesn't need it. Okay, cool. So good luck for the Ridley fight.
With this beam combination, Ridley's gonna take 60 shots.
Yeah. Can save off 10 of those if he hits all his supers. And Stray's also playing with Moonwalk here, so has to really watch out for his movement here. But really not playing nice here.
Those missiles could be used to save up to 10 charge shots also.
Right. Missiles around the same DPS as charge shots do, but just from the feeling, honestly, easier to spam, especially in pogo patterns. It looks like he's just gonna go with the charge shots. Yeah, and that's another thing. He charge shots, and especially in that position, can easily be eaten by his tail hitbox.
You have Spazer.
Yeah. But he's still doing a really good control here, really now at the halfway point. Stray also like really excellent RBO runner, used to hold world record for the longest time, so he really knows how to manipulate Ridley to not get hit here.
Here come the super missiles.
Yeah, hit all 5 of them. So only 20 more shots. Now using his missiles, saving them for the harder phase of the fight. Not a bad choice. It should be almost done.
Getting close.
Yeah. Few more charge shots. I would like to know how much is in his reserves. It should be enough to save his life if he gets tail grabbed during pickup. Oh!
I thought I saw the number 150 during the pause to turn speed booster off.
Oh yeah, right. And Ridley should be dead. Gets another pogo pattern due to breaking out of spin there. Alright. Playing it extra safe here.
Just to be sure. Oh
no!
No! Oh no.
Trying to jump into the claw there, but getting hit, very unfortunate. Had a really good fight though. Unfortunately didn't save before Ridley.
There, lava dive.
Yeah. Janus visited the wrecked ship map station and is about to fight Phantom.
That's a missile Dopplering action.
Oh yeah, actually going for the stutter Doppler. Definitely harder. Has potential for a lot more missiles though. Stray, gotta give him props though, sticking to the route, knowing that it's the more efficient route here, even though he took a death to it. And going for that second high jump to Slava dive, misses the bounce ball, so resetting the room to get the right setup for it. Not just resetting right away to save himself the extra farm. And Janus should be done with his Phantoon in the next round.
Phantoon's starting to get pretty red.
Did you tick off the wrecked ship map station for Janus? Oh yeah, sorry, there we go. Alright, another attempt to high jump to Salva dive. Got a good jump there.
Yep, there's the bounce.
Oh yeah, good timing for the unmorph. Gets the turnaround. Nice. Good job.
And he made it.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. Excellent. This race is already one of my highlights for this entire tournament. It's really, really good. A really good option for Janus might be row 2, since he needs to collect Plasma Beam anyways, and the other objectives are pretty close to each other. So that's my current guess for Janus. Alright.
Yeah, many of those would work very well.
Oh, Stray killing that space pirate is going to go for the IBJ this time to get up worst room in the game. Yeah, high jump Straevaras is really not easy. It takes a lot of time to get used to it and get somewhat consistent with it.
Janus going right to gravity.
Very nice. I guess we're kind of gonna see if he goes for row 2, because now would be like the perfect time to get it. There's not gonna be any other point where he's gonna get this close to the criteria columns anymore. So curious to see that. There's also the ship on the way and he's pretty low on energy, so might go for the refill.
And there's Gauntlet E-Tank with the 8+ E-Tanks.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, looks like he is going through the ship. Gonna take the refill and then gonna spark up to the criteria power bombs, so column 3 or row 2 is at this point extremely lucky for Janus. Stray with a very nice dodge here at the red key hunters.
Here comes the criteria power bomb.
Stray again with excellent health, maneuvering through these rooms. Unfortunately missing the short charge there, so gonna kill these with ammo.
I see Janus setting up for Gauntlet Spark.
Alright. I think he's slightly too far to the right.
Looks like...
Oh!
Yeah, all the shots look like they were a little tiny bit to the right.
That looks good. Yeah, no, actually. I'm not quite sure why de-equipped ice doesn't change anything about the... Yeah. If you would de-equip Spacer, that would change something. Oh, he's also on the wrong...
That would also make it pixel perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on the wrong... Alright, there we go. Looks like he got it. No, yeah, that's what I thought. He was on the wrong plateau. It's one level too low. It doesn't matter. Good attempt for that Gauntlet Spark. Gonna get his next E-Tank now. And Stray not going for full health. He is confident. I can't really props to him to taking this fight. Again, 60 shots, 10 off if he hits all his supers, and 1 shot off for each 3 missiles he hits.
Where Janus now headed through the back half of Gauntlet.
gonna get 2 extra missiles here in just a second.
I don't really see a goal that the missiles would be necessary for.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. There's nothing really that forces him to collect anything. That's actually pretty interesting, besides the beams, which are kind of in the way, except for Plasma Beam, and the E-Tanks, which are also kind of in the way. Janus doesn't really need to do any collection here, like no missiles, no supers, no power bombs forced. That's pretty rare. And yet, a really good row, well, diagonal, chosen by Stray here, who has a really good fight. Way less damage than last fight. It still has all his supers right now. Very good, really is dead. And he gets picked up without damage. Very nice. Excellent
nice
fight.
One step closer to row 1.
Yeah. Again, all of what Stray just did, that high jump is lava dive, maneuvering through low and warfare without high jump, and this little energy, this Ridley fight, that's all very hard. It's really, really well done. Thank you, chat.
Getting up the E-Tanks.
Already at 6. Did Stray not get the power bombs of shame? So you really skipped them with his 40+ power bomb goal? That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting to knock out the power bombs of shame with that goal forced.
I mean, he might have just taken it safe to not risk any damage by the Skigas, or he might have other some plan. I don't know. Would be very surprised if he skipped the next ones as well, though. There's no really danger in getting them. No damage sources whatsoever. Alright, there we go. Alright, and Janus getting X-ray scope, making that row 2 looking more and more likely.
And it's slightly unusual to see the traversal of is without spring ball.
Yeah. If you don't know how this morph mace looks, it can actually be pretty tricky to maneuver it if you're just used to holding a jump for the spring ball and right. Right, yeah, Janus there with his X-ray scope. And Stray heading out of Lower Norfair now, only the red key hunters in the way. I assume he's gonna play this careful though. And maybe killing off a few with charge shots. Yeah, there we go. Not a bad choice. Excellent dodge on that last one. And is out of Lower Norfair.
Nice.
Assuming we're going to see a Crocomire death next, gonna give him 1 power bomb and his row 4 column 1 tile. Surprised he didn't do that before Lower Norfair, honestly. That would have been a free extra E-Tank, but he was, as shown, confident enough about what he was doing. Either way, excellent movement here by both of them.
And Janus will head on into Meridia.
So what does he need to do in Meridia? He needs to collect Plasma Beam, and that will give him 2 tiles. That's pretty much about it. Might get Mama Turtle E-Tank, but it looks like he won't.
Balloon E-Tank's a thing.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, you mentioned that already. Matoon E-Tank just way more on the way, of course. Alright, Stray has Croc down. And skipped high jump boots, as already shown. Stray currently only has 2 PB packs, so 10 in total. He got the Red Tower PB, Red Tower Alpha PBs, and he got the top Lower Norfair PBs. Skip Palom's a shame. And now he has 15. Janus in the meanwhile with a very missile-heavy Batoon fight.
The last shot didn't feel like it was gonna hit, but Batoon's hitbox will be Batoon's hitbox.
Right. On the other hand, there were way too many shots that feel like they should have hit and they never do. That's Janus' 8th energy tank. Very nice routing so far. Janus is actually
getting plasma is a non-forced route, and well, Janus will have to do after eating Dragon and getting plasma.
Right, Janus
go visit Sports Spawn.
Yeah, Janus' route looked worked out really well for him. Like he chose a row that synergizes really well with his forest diagonal, and it's really almost done. He needs to do this one boss fight, one item pickup, and then that's it. He needs to backcheck the Spore Spawn. Stray on the other end can do a bunch of stuff now. Can do a lot of the things that he needs to, the various things he needs to do in Brinstar, all in one go now with his speed booster. Can also collect a bunch of power bombs that he needs from Brinstar.
Given that Janus is going to end in Spore Spawn room with plasma, I hope we see a one-shot of Spore Spawn.
Yeah, I was thinking
even though time will have ended by then.
Yeah, I really hope even if he doesn't need to do it and he'll be done before, he's gonna bless us with that one-shot Spore Spawn kill. Looks like Janus is gonna put his E-tanks to good use and get us some grilled shrimp here. Stray now getting his better power bombs.
And down goes Dragon.
So one thing I'd just like to mention while they're both just wandering around, since a lot of people just always ask that in question, are curious, the vetoes of the both runners. Straevaras' veto was 100%, and Janus' veto was any percent. So I want to argue like the two most ran categories vetoed by these two runners wanted to go for something a little bit more miscellaneous. I really like how that turned out.
There's Criteria Powerbomb for Stray.
Putting him to 25 powerbombs. Oh, right, yeah, he has still has his reserves. Very nice. So Stray needs 3 more packs. Gonna be able to get.
Up there.
Oh yeah. It's some really nice tech, that mini plasma spark there. There's actually a really nice route here by Stray. Gonna go here for backside criteria to get out in Retro Brinstar, collect the remaining another powerbomb here in Retro Brinstar, and it's going to be able to get 40 with the remaining ones in Brinstar. Alright, and that's the plasma beam for Janus. Only needs to go to Spore Spawn and then he's done.
Yep. Janus has completed an unforced bingo.
I really like the route that he took here. Like, really well worked out. Almost no backtracking. Really nice. Stray gonna visit the Billy Mays missiles. Putting him at 65 missiles. We'll need 2 more packs to finish off his 75 plus missile goal. Yes, Janus just needs to visit the Spore Spawn room. He does not need to defeat him, just needs to be inside the room.
To do is get there.
Did you see if Stray picked up the missiles to the bottom of Billy Mace? The ones next to the E-Tank?
I didn't see.
I unfortunately didn't catch that. Maybe someone in chat knows? He did, okay, thank you. He's really low at health right now. Needs to be slightly careful with these side hoppers here.
Yeah, especially with only Varia and not Gravity.
Right. We'll get his second last powerbomb pack as Janus is passing by him.
Get to the top of the room. Oh, and then that green room with the... Just one more doorway remains.
And there we go. Janus is done.
Yep, the forced row and the unforced row, and finishing with an official SRL time of 55 minutes and 44 seconds.
GG to Janus. Fantastic race. Putting up quite the show against the standing DAP champion from the last tournament, Straevaras here.
Yeah, this was a very interesting card.
Yeah, interesting card, interesting rows and routes as well.
One shot of sports fun.
Alright, there goes his 40 plus power bombs for Stray. And that's the one-shot Spore Swan. Thanks a lot, Janus. Stray now also visiting his final Brinstar refill station at the Dracora. For those of you who don't know, there's a bird down there who teaches you shine sparking.
I guess we could...
Oh, and I completely missed that, sorry. Stray got all 60 Brinstar missiles as well now. He is one missile short for his 75 missile objective, and then only needs to finish in Spore Spawn's room, but apparently he has way more fun just playing around with the decor right now, which is understandable.
I think Stray wants to... Decora.
Alright, yeah.
We can't put a troll there.
Yeah, there we go, that should be it. There we go.
Now saved the Decora. There's one animal we saved tonight.
Did I miss a missile pack for Stray? According to my list, he only has 70, but I'd be willing to give him the dot done from finishing in Spore Spawn's room.
GG?
Well, GG Stray. Apparently I did miscount, interesting. Either way, great race from both of them.
Yeah, this... I think that the card really made the race.
Yeah, the card was exceptionally horrible to run, exceptionally good to race.
Something chat points out about saving the Decora, it can teach us ridiculous short charges.
Yeah, that's right. Dracora pretty much invented them. Better than TAS. But yeah, that was an absolutely great race. Glad we got to watch that. And as for tonight, we have... I think that was the last... Yeah, that was the last Super Metroid match for tonight. So thanks everyone for watching that. We have more Super Metroid today, starting at 10 AM Eastern Time. With White Mage Becky versus Mako 17, and a lot more matches during the day. And on Speed Gaming 4 right now is Super Mario Bros. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check that out. And yeah, Stump, was a pleasure to commentate with you as usual.
So commentate with you too.
All right, so everyone have a good night, and thanks for watching.
Same.